Let's quickly talk about how to pre-qualify for a Bank of America credit card. Okay, this is an important element. So boss, I want you to really look at this overview here. Now, the question is, does Bank of America offer pre-qualification at all? Yes, they do. They do. The only thing is, it's not as complicated as people think it is. And, there is a myth, and people think that a Chase credit card is kind of hard to pre-qualify for. A Bank of America credit card is kind of hard to pre-qualify for. All those big banks, people believe that it's just very complicated to get their to pre-qualify for their credit cards, but it's not. You got to know how to actually play the game. This is very important. Okay, so Bank of America does offer pre-qualification for their credit cards. Now the thing here is that you got to be in a certain situation to sort of get that pre-qualification offer. Okay, one thing I want you to really understand here is that you got to really you got to maintain a relationship with Bank of America if you want to actually get the best pre-qualification when it comes to their credit cards and other credit products. Okay, now let me ask you a question. Do you currently have like a relationship with Bank of America? Do you have an account with them, a checking account, a savings account? Do you have something like, do you maintain an investment account at Merrill Lynch? You got to have something. Now, I'm not saying that you need to have a relationship before pre-qualifying, but you can boost your chances of pre-qualifying. And once you actually qualify, the limit they give you will be higher if they know that you have a relationship with them. Okay. Now, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. I love having this types of conversation here and it's really important to understand that when we talk about Bank of America pre-qualification, you need to understand you got to be clear about the kind of card that you want. And you got to really understand that there are only four ways, whereby you can pre-qualify for a Bank of America credit card. Okay, so you can actually pre-qualify online. You can pre-qualify in the mail, like when they send you a pre-selected offer or a customized offer in snail mail. Okay, you can pre-qualify on the phone, like you can actually talk to them, like and ask them to pre-qualify you, and you can even pre-qualify at a branch. Okay, so online. You can pre-qualify at a branch. You can pre-qualify on the phone, and you can also pre-qualify via snail mail and also via the app, via mobile. So you have a lot of possibilities. So let me give you the steps I want you to really take right now to pre-qualify for Bank of America credit card. The first thing I want you to do here is that you need to understand you want to maybe have an account with them. Okay, if you don't already have one, and I'm not asking you to actually park a lot of cash in that account. There's a second myth. People believe that you need to maintain a substantial relationship, monetarily speaking, with Bank of America or all those big banks to qualify for their credit products. You don't have to, but you need to maintain something. You got to have something. So this could be a little savings account whereby you have, like, let's say $50 or $100, whatever, or even better, just have some kind of a direct deposit action. Okay, so you have, the thing is that when you have direct deposit, you actually, like, your HR department will allow you to split your bi-weekly pay or your monthly pay into three accounts. So if you don't want Bank of America to be your primary account, that's fine. But just actually you want to allocate 5% or 10% of your weekly pay or bi-weekly pay into a Bank of America account. Okay, so that's the first thing I want you to do, so that you can actually maintain. You can open the, how do I see it? You want to open the channels whereby Bank of America trusts you. They see money coming in, they see cash inflow. They love that. Their algorithm loves that. That's the first thing I want you to do. The second thing I want you to do, I really want you to really make sure that you update your income information in your Bank of America profile. So basically, when you open an account with Bank of America, they'll ask you questions like, where do you live? What do you do? Like a very basic question. And in the income section, that's where you want to really put your most updated information. Okay. I want to quickly remind you, boss, of today's topic. We are having a conversation about how to pre-qualify for Bank of America credit cards. Okay. Now, big decision time, boss. Do you currently have a Bank of America credit card? If yes, has it been good for you? Have you maintained a positive payment history? If no, what happened And or if no, do you have a Bank of America credit, like any kind of relationship with them? If you don't, then you need to really start building that first. Now let's really get into the nitty gritty here. Let's talk about how to really get approved or pre-approved, for that matter, pre-approved for a Bank of America credit card. Now, one thing I want to see here is that it's kind of funny, like people actually sometimes confuse the terms. So when we talk about pre-selected offer, when we talk about customized offer, we are saying the same thing, you know, and sometimes when you hear the term pre-approved, that's basically interchangeable. It's kind of similar. I mean, it was kind of funny. Yesterday, I was at a happy hour and I had a conversation with this dude. He came to me. He said, "Yeah, you know, do you know that pre-qualification is different from pre-approval?" I was like, "Really?" And he wanted to go into some technicalities or whatever. And I said, "Listen, the most important thing here is that when you get a pre-qualification offer or pre-approval offer or pre-selected offer, it just means that the bank or the credit card issuer or whatever, they have done some kind of due diligence on you. They actually have looked at your profile. They have looked at your public information, and they think that you may qualify for their products." And he's like, "Yeah, but I'm like, okay, you know what? This is not the time. I just want to chill. You know, I just want to have fun, whatever." So you do have folks. There are some people who believe that, you know, pre-qualification, I mean, there might be some slight or subtle difference, but honestly, the bottom line here is that when you get pre-approved or when you get pre-qualified for something, that means that your chances of qualification are high, but it doesn't guarantee qualification. Okay, so you may receive a pre-selected offer, a pre-selected Bank of America offer via mobile, online banking, or in person. Okay, and you can also receive it in the mail, right, as I said before. So credit card. Boss, let me ask you a question. Have you, when was the last time you got pre-approved for a credit card at all? Like, because I'm really worried about, I'm really making sure that you don't have a lot of hard inquiries on your credit. Because see, the thing is that when you actually go through a pre-approval selection, like a pre-approval offer process, you first get a soft pull. That's true. But if you decide to go ahead and really finalize the transaction, they'll do a hard pull on your ass anyway. So if they realize that you have had too many hard pulls, this could be dichotomous. This could be problematic for you. One thing I want to see, I want to go back to the pre-approval offer that you can get in the mail. And because you can get it, like I said, in the mail, the thing is when you get a pre-approval offer in the mail, they usually, what they do here is that I want you to really read carefully what they put, because usually they already have they'll have your name, first name, last name, and your contact information filled. They'll print it on the form, but they will just ask you to maybe put like your income information or anything else that you have in terms of your expenses. Okay, I mean, the reason why they do this, the reason why they ask about your income and they ask about your expenses, is because the bank is just trying to calculate your DTI, your debt to income ratio, because they want to make sure that you have enough money left, enough bandwidth in your budget to sort of take care of whatever you charge on the Bank of America credit card, right? Because for them the whole thing here is that, I mean, if they give you 10 grand, or they give you let's say they give you 10 grand and you start charging $1,000 or $2,000 and leaving that balance outstanding, that means that you probably are just building up too much debt, right? And this could be problematic. So one thing I want to say here is that when we talk about getting a pre-approval offer in the mail, snail mail, that is, this is not something new. I mean, all credit card issuers do it. You know, the biggies do it, the smallies do it, the in between, the PNC of the world, the Truist of the world, the US Bank of the world, the TD, the Capital One, they all do it. You need to understand here is that it's very important to understand that it's not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed, okay? By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. I'm just talking to you about how to pre-qualify for a Bank of America credit card, okay? How do you actually do it the right way? Money. Money is an important criteria when it comes to pre-qualification. And you can show Bank of America that you are financially sound. either by having a savings account with them, by having direct deposit coming into a Bank of America account, or by actually having some kind of investments with Merrill Lynch, which is the brokerage unit of a Bank of America. Very important. Now let's quickly talk about, and I want to give you a bonus here. If you are still with me, I really appreciate it. I want to give you a big bonus. And the bonus here is that how do you actually check pre-approval status for Bank of America credit cards? Because, you can try to, you can send your pre-approval information, and then you have to actually wait. How long do you have to wait? Well, usually, if you do it online, it's automatic, right? It's just instantaneous. Like you'll see the answer right away. It's either yay or nay or something in between. Like they'll let you know. The algorithm will actually sort of generate a message depending on the info that you have. It's really important to understand here is that if you go to a branch, things might not be really fast. And if you just send them let's say a form in the mail, if you mail back the form that they sent you, the prequal form, it might take a while. Now you can check the pre-approval status actually by calling. So there will be a number. If you receive a pre-qual offer in the mail, usually they will have a number on the form, then the number that you have to call. If you do it online, you actually have the results right away. If you do it over the phone, you get the results right away. If you do it at a branch, you actually either they'll call you back, like if you know the branch manager or somebody working at the branch, because some branches are really sort of like pretty client oriented, and some branches are so big they can't really just sort of focus on clients. And so what I want to do is they should be able to call you back. Either way, you can actually always check on the status of your pre-approval by actually calling the number. Okay, it's really now big decision time, boss. Let me ask you a question. Big decision time. Have you tried to be pre-approved for Bank of America credit cards in the past? If yes, how recently? It's important because even though Bank of America has no set rule as to the amount of time you have to wait before you apply for a new or before you apply for a pre-approval, it's just better to wait for 3 months minimum. That's just an unwritten rule. There's not nowhere is that written, but it's just what we have seen in our experience for the last 30 years. We see that 3 months, 3 to 6 months is really good to sort of space things out. Now, let me quickly talk to you about how to actually apply for a Bank of America credit card without pre-approval offer. I mean, obviously, nobody's just talking about, you got to wait for Bank of America to send you a credit card pre-approval offer before you apply. You can apply. I mean, you can apply if you want to apply today. You can apply today or tomorrow, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But what does matter here is that it's important to actually fix a few things. If those things need some fixing, right? First of all, you got to have some kind of income. So if you want to apply without a pre-approval, that just means what? That just means that you are exposing yourself to a hard pull right off the bat. There will be a hard pull right off the bat, okay? And so you got to have a proof of employment, proof of income. You got to have make sure that your FICO score is not really like you got to have some kind of decent FICO score. This is really important also. And those are the only three. I mean, other than that, it's not really like, I mean, in some cases they might ask you for your tax returns, but your tax returns are just a reflection of your income. They're just a proof of income. Okay. And once you actually, so you can apply online, you can apply at a branch, you can apply actually, in the mail. So you can go online, print out the form. If you're not familiar, or you know you don't want to do things online because of whatever reason, you can actually print out the form and fill it out and just mail it to a Bank of America, or just deposit it, just like, you can even bring it to a branch or mail it out. Okay. So after you submit your application for a credit card at Bank of America, there are only 4 things that can happen. 4 things, nothing else. You can either be approved. Okay. So you approve right away. So they'll just send you a card in the mail like within 7 to 10 days. So option number one. Option number two, you'll be informed that you qualify for a different credit card offer because the card that you actually were eyeing, that card is just maybe too good for you. Okay, or they'll just ask you in option number three. They'll ask you to wait while your information is under review. Okay, or third or fourth option, you'll be denied. Let me give you a few pro tips before we close to this conversation. It's really important to understand here that if you have any question about credit cards at Bank of America, you can always call 1-800-932-2775. 1-800-932-2775. You can ask questions. If you want to get a credit card, what kind of credit cards you might qualify for, depending on your income, your personal situation, your family life, your expenses, and depending on what kind of credit card you want. Also, do you want a revolving credit? Do you want not a revolving? Do you want a card that allows you to have travel rewards? A card that gives you rotating categories in terms of rewards, like everyday rewards, but based on rotating categories or just regular categories. And you also need to think about whether you need a cashback credit card or so. Yeah, there is a lot that you have to really you have to think about, regardless of the pre-approval offer or just the red offer. Okay, because the thing here is that the pre-approval is just it's just a transitional phase, really, when you think about it. So it is an intermediary phase that will actually just lead you to the card that you really need. So it just really helps a lot to know the card that you want beforehand, so that you actually have a pretty clear idea of what to do. Okay, and it's really important to understand here is that you actually are losing no money. You are losing nothing by attempting to pre-qualify for a Bank of America credit card. Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm telling you right now, when you're done with this show, I want you to really go right now and apply for a Bank of America pre-approval credit card. Okay, you have nothing to lose. It is a soft pull. Okay, and this is really good. One thing you need to also, let me ask you a question now. Money. Going back to what I said, money. Let's go back to what I said about your income, your employment, okay, your financial life, just let's say your liquidity status in general. Are you actually making money? Are you comfortable? Or are you struggling to make ends meet, right? So because depending on your situation, you might be better off to actually transfer some of your assets, some of your cash into your Bank of America account, so that you can solidify this aspect of things too. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it in today's conversation. I was just talking to you about how to pre-qualify for Bank of America credit cards. So we spoke, I gave you an overview, and I give you the steps you need to actually follow, and I give you also a bonus to kind of help you understand things a little, I would say a little better, so to speak. Thank you. God bless you. I will see you another time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.